Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back into No One Asked Us, episode 47, the 47th and final episode of 2021. It is Monday, December 27th, about 2:45 Eastern Time. I am Craig Choate. That is Logan Lee. Give us a follow, all our social media channels. Those watching on YouTube, all of that info is above us. I'm at Craig W. Choate. He is at the Logan Lee. Our show is at No One Asked Us Pod. Give us a follow. Like, if you're on YouTube, give us a like. Hit the thumbs up. If you're already here, might as well give us a like and get our numbers up there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with us for 2021. We're hoping for a good 2022. Logan is on location today. He is at Cam's. I'm not sure if he's at his brother's. Okay. He's at his brother Cam's. He's not on Green Street.
Live on location on Green Street.
I was at Cam's a couple of weeks ago.
Saw that.
Changed a little bit. It was smaller.
Do you feel older? Do you feel older?
Oh my gosh. Just driving into the city limits of Champaign-Urbana, I felt older. It was a unique experience. Although
not that you were really going there as a college student, but your time in Champaign at least was, several, when you were working there, I guess, you were still fairly young. Now you're old.
Yeah. But it helped that 3 of the guys that I was with are older than me. So I wasn't the oldest one there. But
did you get carded?
Yeah, they card everybody.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, you got to get the wristband and all that stuff. But it was fun. It was my first time at the new one, honestly. So it was good to see. It's smaller than I thought, but it was good to see. They have a big mural on the back beer garden with alma mater and a bunch of they had an artist do caricatures of famous Illinois, Sean Evans is on there and Hugh Hefner's on there, but they've still got Lovey on there. I'm like, ooh, I might need to update that. Anyways, it is Monday the 27th, and just an hour or two ago, we had some big news for Illini basketball, so we're going to get to that. Talk a little football. Nothing really Illini related, but it is a big bowl week. Hopefully we get these in, but kind of the theme of this show is going to be if this happens, because pretty much everything we're going to talk about very well could be canceled after this show comes out. But we're going to hop right into it. Logan, how was your Christmas?
Craig, my Christmas was great. It was a long but eventful 3-day long experience. Had Christmas Eve festivities with Allison's family, and then Christmas Day festivities with more of her family, and then drove to Oakwood and did stuff with my family on the 26th. And now I just have several days to just kind of relax. So it was good. It was a much needed 3 days. Very excited that I received several gift certificates to go towards my purchase of my new computer, which I have purchased. However, I'm not exactly thrilled with the acquiring of the said computer, which I know you've had some other issues with Best Buy in the past. I know we've talked about, but the options that I was given to acquire my computer, I wasn't thrilled with, but whatever. I will have that soon. So I did get, and I was going to ask you if I could borrow your IO jersey that you may or may not have received yet, because I'm going to a Bulls game in February. My dad got me and my brother's tickets to that. So I might have to borrow your jersey, assuming it comes in by February 6th. No comment.
No. Ordered on August 1st. Haven't got it by Christmas.
Well, if I'm there and I see them, I'll just buy you one.
That's what we keep saying. Next time we're in Chicago, we're just going to go to the Bulls team store and get one there. Because it's ridiculous. I got another email last week. Would you like to keep this order? I'm like, at this point, might as well.
I would say no, thank you.
They keep giving me 25% off my next purchase. So if eventually this jersey is going to be free, but yeah, still no Iowa jersey.
Well, but I will be going to a game. So I'll check with you then and see if see if I can borrow it. But
Yeah, I'll let you.
Yeah.
Know. I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks. How was your Christmas? You have a good
It
time?
was good. Yeah, I spent a couple days in Pinckneyville with my family. Let's see, we were there Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, and left Saturday. So yeah, quick trip. My family was in from North Carolina as well, so we all met up for the first time in a couple of years. Because Christy's birthday is Christmas Day, so normally we spend it with her family, since she's kind of got the double there, the birthday and Christmas at the same time, which I've never met anyone with the birthday on Christmas, but it sucks. Like, I feel so bad for her.
My cousin's birthday is the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
So we would always, when we were growing up, there was always Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then her birthday party, and then Cameron's is 2 days. It's tomorrow, the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't know anybody that's on Christmas, so that has to be. I don't want to say fun. That has to be. I wouldn't want that.
No,
I wouldn't want that.
No. I feel bad for her, but yeah, back in Louisville now, and pretty relaxing. Nothing crazy happened. Didn't get anything too crazy. Just some shirts. I got a nice old school Saluki shirt, a new Illinois sweatshirt, and just other small things. So
did you get a new watch? Good.
No.
Bare wrist.
Bare wrist. Yeah. Luckily it's not summer, because in the summer I had the watch tan line.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did with the Live Strong band when I didn't take that thing off for 6 years.
Oh, Live Strong bands. Forgot about those. Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a moment in time. Well, that's great. I'm glad you had a good Christmas.
Yeah, it was. It didn't feel like it though. 70 degrees just doesn't put me in the Christmas spirit. So
I know.
But we did watch, I think it was Friday. From the time we woke up, we watched Home Alone 1 and 2. We watched Santa Claus. We watched Elf. We watched Christmas Vacation, and then bits and pieces of A Christmas Story. Like, we went through all 5 of my favorite Christmas movies. Boom, 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 boom. And no, that was Thursday. Then we watched basketball Friday. So, so yeah, good week, good weekend, good week. But yeah, let's move into the show now. Moment of the week. Is yours sports related? Is it Christmas related? Is it something you got? Is it your Bulls tickets? Do you have one? Is it
something that I didn't even think about? Craig, I'll be honest with you. This has just been such a whirlwind of 3 days that I haven't really thought about it. So the moment of the week is not Illinois basketball getting canceled. I'll tell you that much. I was looking forward to going to that because I was actually really considering going to that game. And I know we're going to talk about this. But that would be my anti-moment of the week. Moment of the week, just the holiday in general. I just think, from a personal standpoint, it's just my favorite time of the year. And it's been nice to just spend it with family and not worry about everything else that's going on in the world. And just kind of put all that stuff on the back burner. And but yeah, we'll just go general, just the holiday. It's just been a great moment. It's been a great, week or so. It's been a lot of fun. We'll just say that.
When do you have to go back to work? Next Monday?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah. Obviously I work in the world of TV news, so like the building is still open. Like I'm taking vacation off this week. So, but yeah, I'll be back at work on Monday. So I'm going to enjoy the next week of doing mostly nothing. And it's going to be wonderful.
It's the best time of the year, man.
Yeah. I agree.
Normally you're going to have 30 bowl games to watch and college basketball to watch, but we're not sure that we're going to get that this year, but enjoy what we can. My moment of the week, I got 2 of them. One of them,
glad one of us does.
And it's because of COVID that this happened, but Malcolm Hill is getting his shot in the NBA.
Yes.
The Hawks had a lot of players enter the protocols, and they signed Malcolm Hill from the G League. Malcolm was averaging, I think, 18 points in the G League. So the Hawks signed him to the 10-day hardship waiver, which teams are doing to fill the roster spots of players who go into the protocols. So a bunch of players are making their NBA debuts and getting to the league for the first time, and Malcolm got the call early last week. I think it was like Tuesday or Wednesday of last week. They called him up. Hasn't made an impact. He did play 2 minutes on Christmas Day against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So it is his NBA debut. It was at Madison Square Garden, so that's pretty cool. He didn't do anything in the stat sheet, but he did get on the floor. He's one of the few that I got to know a little more off the court when he was at Illinois, and he's just such a cool dude, down to earth guy. Number 4 scorer, I think, all time in Illinois history, 3 or 4. I think 3 behind Kwame, Kiwan Garris, and D. So props to him. Don't know how much he's going to see the floor. I think he's kind of just a body in case they need him, but he made it to the NBA. So good for him.
Yeah, that's really one of the benefits that's come out of this whole COVID thing is a lot of these, players are getting chances.
Yeah.
Malcolm is certainly one of them. Yeah, he was a great player to watch at Illinois, and obviously I wasn't, following the team in terms of the level that you were, but he did exactly, those weren't exactly the brightest days of Illinois basketball. But he was the lone bright point.
Yeah.
There were moments. There was, certainly from a singular moment standpoint, the Tyler Griffey Indiana game sticks out, but just as a general, he's really the only player from that era that was really the bright spot from all of that. So happy for him. Hope it amounts to something for him. But I'm just, as you said, just glad that he's getting a chance to do that. That's really cool.
Yep. And then another former Illini last night had a pretty big moment. Malik Turner, playing for the Cowboys, had a 61-yard impressive catch down the sideline and then scored a touchdown a couple plays later for the Cowboys. That's actually his 3rd touchdown this season. I just looked up his stats. He's got 3 scores this year. He had 1 in 2019 with the Seahawks. So good to see him making an impact. And also Milo Eifler.
I saw this.
He started for the Washington football team at linebacker, and it was Sunday Night Football. So, they do their starting lineup intros, and, they go Malik Turner, Illinois, but Milo Eifler, because he was signed also as a COVID replacement, I guess didn't record one. So they didn't have one. So the other 10 starters on defense said their name and their school, and then they popped Milo Eifler's picture up there with his name. That's it. So, but good for him to get to start in the league. So that was
unfortunate moment for that. I saw that.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny, but that sucks.
Yeah. Question of the week. Last week, recapping, since it was Christmas and it's kind of a hot topic, we just simply asked eggnog, yes, no, or is it spiked? And to no one's surprise, no takes the majority. 54.4% say no to the eggnog. 31.6 do say yes, and only 13.9 ask, is it spiked? What say you, Logan Lee?
I'm a nah. I'm good. I've had it. It's okay. It's fine. But no, I was a no on that. I wasn't surprised that it was, the most people said no. I was kind of surprised by how much of a margin, but I'm a no. I'm a no on that. What say you?
No.
Yeah.
No as well. I'm full transparency here because I'm honest on this podcast. I don't know if I've ever had it, but just the thought of it, I'm like, no, I'm good.
It's honestly I think you might actually kind of like it. It's a lot sweeter than I was expecting it to be. I remember when I had it. Again, I don't go for it often. But you should give it a shot.
I also don't know that I've ever been offered it because we don't have it at our Christmas.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
I don't know that Christy has it as hers. So I don't know. We'll see next time it's around, maybe.
This should have been a question that we asked, pre-Christmas, but whatever. What was your favorite Christmas tradition growing up that, may or may not have, still go on or whatever. But, what was something
I guess growing up, it was just Christmas Eve was always my mom's side of the family. And it was everyone. It was there was 50 people. All my mom's cousins brought their kids, and it rotated between houses. And there was a lot of kids my age. So, we saw them on Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Those were the 3 times that we really saw them. So I think it was just Christmas Eve and having the whole mom's side of the family there with playing football in the backyard, or I remember one year specifically for Christmas Eve, it was like it was this year. It was 70 degrees. We played basketball in the driveway for like 5 hours on Christmas Eve. So I think it was that. We have the tradition of, reading the Christmas story from the Bible before we open presents. I think that's really our only other tradition, other than we just kind of hang out and open the presents and just chill the rest of the day. So that's pretty much it.
Did Santa leave you presents that were unopened or that were already put together or out, or did you open up Santa's presents, or
no? How
did that work for you guys? Or
Christmas
did Santa not exist in the Choate household?
Christmas morning, there would be presents from both mom and dad, from brother, and then from Santa. And Santa's presents were always wrapped in different paper as well.
Okay.
But it was mom's handwriting.
But of course. I mean, it's not Santa's handwriting.
I asked mom this year, I was like, did I ever sleep on the couch and like try and catch you guys? She was like, nah, you didn't care. But your brother slept on the couch like 3 years in a row and he didn't wake up one single time. So my brother was home and he's like, yeah, I believed in Santa till I was like 14 because I slept on the couch and I never woke up. So I just assumed that he was actually real.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. I can't believe Christmas is over. It's just like,
I know
it doesn't feel right, but our question this week leads into most of our conversation this week. How should games that are impacted by COVID that can't be rescheduled be handled? So if a game is postponed because of COVID and they can't come to a rescheduled date, what should happen? Should the team that caused the cancellation, should they forfeit, or should it be a no contest? I think initially the rules were pretty much every conference ruled it a forfeit, but I think some of those are pulling back on that now.
I think most everybody's back down on that, except the Big Ten. I feel like it might be the only one that hasn't yet.
Yep,
I just saw something about the American. I think just did it too.
Yep.
So the Big Ten's about all that's left, and I understand that thought process going into this season.
Yep.
I don't think anybody expected this current wave to happen. And as fast as it's spreading with people. I mean, I've talked to people that have gotten it, have no clue how they've gotten it, that have been vaccinated. I mean, obviously we knew the vaccination wasn't going to stop it, but I mean, it just spreads like wildfire. I mean, and people aren't getting some people, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but I know, a lot of people aren't getting nearly as sick from it, but they do have it. So, I think they do need to do some relaxing on some of these restrictions. But
just 15 minutes ago, Jeff Borzello from ESPN on Twitter, believe this leaves Big Ten as only one of top 7 college hoops conferences not to adjust their COVID scheduling policies. Other 6 have gone to no contests. All but Big 12 have said minimum of 7 players. Big 12 is 6. Big Ten said last week it was, quote, evaluating. So we are right on that. Big Ten, it's still a forfeit if you can't play. All the other conferences, major conferences, have gone to no contest, which is what it was last year, and that's what caused the whole fight over the conference champion, because Illinois did not have any no contest. They went 16-4. Michigan had the better winning percentage, but Illinois won more games and they gave it to Michigan. So that's our question of the week this week. How should games impacted by COVID that cannot be rescheduled be handled? Forfeit or no contest? That leads right into our conversation. Illinois does go on pause this afternoon after returning multiple positive tests within the program. This game against Florida A&M that is canceled for Wednesday night will not be rescheduled. So the non-conference schedule is complete for the Illini. They go 7-3. Remember, they are 9-3 overall. Their record is, but 2 of those are Big Ten games. So they go 7-3 in their non-conference schedule. Preseason, we were kind of talking that they might go undefeated in the non-conference, but they do lose 3 games. But they are on the rise. They are on the rise.
Not on the rise enough to be in the top 25.
That's true. They are 26. They are 26 by about 50 votes. For those that might be listening that had tickets, if you bought them from the U of I directly, they will be contacting you after they come back, which is the 5th, after the tickets office reopens. If you bought it from a third party, they say you need to reach out to those companies directly to see if you can get your money back for those. It does also say in the release the next scheduled game for Illinois is Sunday, January 2nd at Minnesota. So they don't specify if that game is on or not. But yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know, or I don't have any clarity on how this impacts practice. I don't know if the players that have tested negative or have not tested positive can continue to practice, or if everyone is sent to their dorm to just relax. I'm not sure about that. But I was out running some errands this afternoon and I saw it and I was just like, yep, it was bound to happen. I mean, I knew it was coming. Were you kind of along the same lines?
Yeah, that was my same reaction. I had been out shopping with my dad. We had ran into the bookstore and we had been talking about the game on the way over. I had mentioned to him, I said, I'm still thinking about going to that game if you want to go. And he said, yeah, I mean, if you want to get tickets, we'll go. And then as soon as we walk out of the bookstore, I saw that tweet. Like, well, never mind. Because he had also asked me while we were in there, he's like, what are you going to talk about on the show this week? And I said, I don't really know. Illinois basketball. And then I see that. I'm like, well, I guess I know what we're talking about. The fact that there's no Illinois basketball. So yeah, I had the same reaction. I think it was inevitable. I think everybody at some point or another is going to hit it. I'm surprised Illinois didn't hit it last year. So this is where we're at. This is the world we live in. This thing it is running through things like wildfire, spreading like wildfire. We've talked about it a lot. I hate talking about it. I hate it in general, but it is what it is. It is the nature of the world we live in, specifically sports and entertainment. Quite frankly, I'm surprised that, I know this is totally off subject, but I'm shocked by that there hasn't been more of a shutdown of like movie theaters and such, by how many people went to see Spider-Man over the course of the last few weeks. But I guess, I don't know, everything's different, but in terms of sports, I mean, it's canceling everything. There's been already how many bowl games that have been canceled due to this stuff. A ton of basketball teams have been hit by it. The NBA has been hit by it. My fantasy basketball team's been hit by it. All the important things. So yeah, not surprised. I was not shocked. I thought it was inevitable at some point. So
I saw Matt Norlander from CBS college basketball writer tweeted that I think Illinois makes 70 programs that have had to go on pause, and 50 of those have been in the month of December.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if your program makes it through this season without going on pause once, it's a miracle. I think everyone's probably going to be hit by it at some point or another. So then we get into the, better now than in February or March, and even worse during the tournament. Like, who was it VCU last year couldn't play in their tournament game because they had it pop up the day before their game, and then Oregon goes on their run. And or something else I was going to say about this while you were talking, and now I can't remember, but let's just hope it doesn't last very long. I think Ohio State went on pause maybe the 11th, and I still don't think they've played a game yet. So that's more than 2 weeks now. But let's see. I'm not sure what the vaccination status is of the Illinois program. I'm pretty sure they were all fully vaxxed, but I'm not sure if they had gotten the booster yet or not. And that's where we were talking about the COVID rules with our question of the week. The reason that they went to the forfeit rule was because they wanted teams to get vaccinated.
Correct.
And so now the majority of programs are fully vaccinated. So now they're like, all right, you guys did what we wanted. We're going to relax these rules. So haven't seen anything from the Big Ten yet, but I would expect them to change this rule.
Yeah. The vaccination obviously helps things, but it's not stopping anything. So, and as I said, just because, you're vaccinated doesn't mean you're not getting it. And some people, some people are getting it worse than others, but it's not stopping anything. This virus doesn't care about this vaccination. So, it sucks, but this is the world we live in.
All right, so that's where we're at there. But they did have a game last week. They did blow the absolute doors off of Missouri. It ended up being a 88-63 Illinois win, but let's be honest, this was a 40-point game for most of the second half.
Correct.
It's a 25-point win, but it was a lot more than a 25-point win.
Yes. It was fun. It was fun to see.
Yeah.
This is a Missouri team that we talked about last week is not very good. So we were hoping that this could be at least a 20-point game. And it happened pretty early. Illinois just kind of, I believe you said last week that you hoped that they would, how did you phrase it? You said something about grabbing them by the throat, stomping. I don't know. You
stomp on their throats, I think.
You were very violent in how you described it. And it happened. It happened. This team continues to shoot the ball well, score the ball well. Kofi Coburn continues to be an absolute force that very few teams have been able to stop and will be able to stop. And it worked. It worked in Braggin Rights, baby. That was a heck of a lot of fun to see these guys finally get a win against Missouri. That was great. That was an excellent way to kick off Christmas, in my opinion.
Kofi goes for 25 points, 14 rebounds. That earns him Big Ten Player of the Week honors, just released within the last hour or two. Another cool 22 for Alfonso Plummer. Trent Frazier with 15.
Only 3 made threes.
3 made threes.
9 of those 22 points came from behind the 3-point line.
Yep, 3 made threes.
I mean, that's great.
And 8 made field goals. So he made 5 inside the arc, which hasn't. I was just looking him up today. He is like in the top 20, I think, of made field goal or made 3-pointers this year. No, what was I looking up? Oh, he's the best free throw shooter in the country. He's 37 of 38 from the free throw line. His first miss was in this. He got announcer jinxed in this Braggin Rights game. They were talking about how he had missed, and then he missed that free throw. But yeah, he had 22. Frazier had 15. No one else in double figures. Grandison had 9, all 9 from behind the arc. DeMonte had 3 from one single 3. Pajimski played some good minutes. He had 7 points, and then Coleman Hawkins 5, and Melendez with 2. So there's the scoring. 12 of 25 from the 3-point line, 48%. Shot 56.9% from the field. Won the rebounding margin by 12. Had 20 assists, which is a really high number. Did have 15 turnovers. Turnovers are still an issue. But like Logan said, this was a dismantling. It was a 7-point game with 2 minutes left in the first half, and it was a 15-point game at half. So it was a 14-point game at half. They went on a huge run to end the second half and then just carried that momentum into the second half. It was just like, it was nearly perfection of what we wanted to see.
Yep. You would like to see those turnover numbers get cut down. We need to harp on the situation, but there's still a point guard that hasn't really played much there. But other than that, this is the team that you want to see playing when the Big Ten season starts, hopefully here in the next week or so. They're shooting the ball well. They're sharing the ball well. They're getting contributions, not necessarily in the points column from other players, but other players are doing things. And when you have players like Kofi, Plummer, Grandison, and Frazier that can combine to score all of your points, as long as you're getting those other things from other players, then this team's dangerous. I mentioned it earlier. They still aren't in the top 25, which I don't totally understand. I don't know. I have a hard time thinking that this is not one of the top 25 teams in the country. Yeah. I understand the 2 losses that they looked awful out of the gate. So I get that, but this is a very different team from the team that started this season. Yeah. I figured that win would be enough to propel them into the top 25, but Apparently not. They're still stuck at 26. Whatever. That's kind of irrelevant. Big Ten season.
Yeah.
Big Ten season will start soon, and if they can continue to do this against those teams, they'll be fine. They will be fine.
Was that the best dunk of Kofi's career?
Yeah, could be.
I think it was. He caught it. I'm watching it right now.
From the free throw line. It looked like he took off from the free throw line.
Yeah, he took off from so the free throw line has that half circle that goes below it, and then there's the charge circle. He took off between it, I think. Okay, so he catches it. He catches it at the 3-point at the top of the key, and he takes 2 steps. Yeah, he's just in between the block charge circle and below the free throw line, and one hand like Air Jordan styled it. I think that's the best one because it shows some athleticism. It's not just him jumping up and tearing the rim off.
I agree. You're probably right.
Also, did you see what I did towards the end of the game on Twitter?
I don't know. Probably.
I
refresh my memory. Please.
I searched on Twitter Konzo Underwood, and I went back to 2016-17 when people were comparing hires.
Yes, I did.
So at Dave Matter says Konzo is a better fit at Mizzou and Illinois than Underwood. I'd rather have Konzo and his recruiting than unproven Underwood. Caleb Rowden, Rowden, absolutely loves seeing salty Illinois fan base lose their minds on Twitter after losing back-to-back Braggin Rights games to a better Mizzou squad. Konzo greater than Underwood. Tillman greater than Coburn. Pickett greater than Io. Wrong, and wrong.
Yikes.
2 more. I got 2 more.
That's a wrong take.
Illinois does not want to see Mizzou on the recruiting trail. Konzo owns Underwood. Odom owns Lovey. Can't argue with the second one, but Odom is also gone from there as well. That was August 3rd of 2018. And the last one, a lot has been made of the Underwood Konzo recruiting battles. What battle? This is a massacre. Konzo is owning him. April 14th of 2018 from Mizzou Daily.
Yikes.
Oh, how things change.
Yes. No, this, and we talked about it last week. This rivalry has definitely, it's not what it used to be. It has not gone in Illinois. It hasn't gone in Illinois' favor the last few years. Even the years with Io, they hadn't won. Was it the last 3? I think
3. Yeah.
Prior to this,
Io never won.
Io never won a Braggin Rights. Trent and DeMonte, would they have won the first one?
They now have 2. They went 2 and 3.
Okay. So regardless, those are bad takes, but at the time, whatever. But yeah, it was just nice to see.
There was one other thing that I was going to mention. Oh, Logan also got on me on Twitter for abusive language. Not abusive language.
Aggressive
language.
Yeah, your language is not very family friendly on Twitter.
Your language is offensive. It's Mizzou. I didn't know I disliked them that much, but it came out of me on
you get out of the public eye. I mean, you still have whatever your followers in your goddamn stupid check mark, but you just all of a sudden think that just say whatever you want on this app, on this website. You know, good for you.
Yeah.
Here I am cursing, gonna get us a a flag, but whatever. Good for you. I'm happy for you and your language.
Did you just cuss? Language. Do I have to put this as explicit on?
Probably. I did cuss. Yes.
Okay. I did. I wasn't listening. So
sorry. You can bleep me out.
It's easier just to put the check mark of explicit language.
That's fair.
All right. Anything else, Illinois? Before we move on, next scheduled game, as the release says, next scheduled game is Sunday against Minnesota.
I'm gonna guess that doesn't happen. I just don't see a world where they're gonna get recovered. I have no idea how many players this is. I don't see that. I don't see Sunday happening, would be my guess.
The only thing I saw Luke Goody posted, "I hate COVID" on his Instagram. Don't know if that means that he tested positive.
That doesn't,
or
mean
if
anything.
it's just that he's the only player I've seen post anything. So we don't know the number. We don't know. We just don't know a whole lot. other than it's enough to postpone Wednesday's or cancel Wednesday's game. I'm with Logan. I don't know that Minnesota happens on Sunday unless these positive tests were Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's 10-day quarantine. So even if it was Saturday, 10 days would take you past the second. So unless the Big Ten changes the rules, I don't foresee Sunday's game happening.
Yeah, I don't think it will. Hope it does. Hope they play and that Illinois goes on. That's a road game, right? That's not
at Minnesota.
Game. Yeah. Hopefully they do play that game and go on the road and get a win. But I'm gonna guess that game does not get played.
If it does happen, because we won't record a show before then. If it does happen, are you predicting a win? They were undefeated.
Minnesota's been better than what I anticipated. Predicting a win, no. But do I think a win is? I think a win is likely, but I'm not sure that I would go as far as say predicting a win. We don't really pick basketball games on this game, so you're not forcing me to do that. So thank you.
Right.
If Illinois is healthy, yes.
Yeah.
If Illinois is healthy, even without Curbelo, yes. If they are missing any of those main, really 4 guys, no, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah,
would be my guess.
Yep. Minnesota's 10-1. They lost to Michigan State in the Big Ten schedule that first week of December, but then they beat Michigan the same day Illinois lost to Arizona. They beat Michigan by 10 at Michigan. So hopefully we see some basketball on Sunday. If not, the next scheduled game is, come on, internets. Nope. Come on.
It's the 6th.
I'm assuming it would be
Maryland.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be Thursday. The 6th against Maryland at home. So I think that they could be back for that one. Maybe. We'll see.
I think so.
I would think the Big Ten changes it. And a lot of these sports reporters that I'm following tweeting about this is talking about the CDC also changing their guidelines to shorten it to 7 days from 10 days. And if that happens, then sports conferences would also change and it would change everything. So things might be changing next week, but hopefully we get some basketball here pretty soon. Anything else in general, men's basketball? We don't have anything on the rundown. Not a lot has happened because of the holiday. No,
I think, you're right. That everything kind of gets shut down for a few days around it. So, no, just as I said, kind of shocked. They're not Illinois is not in the top 25, but that's really the only big takeaway from the last couple of days, other than the fact that they're not going to play tomorrow.
Yep. Illinois football. We almost thought we were going to get one more Illinois football game. I thought we were going to get one more Illinois football game.
Yeah, there was a brief glimmer of hope there.
Wake Forest, who pulled out? Texas A&M had to pull out of the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville against Wake Forest because of COVID. And there was a big push for Illinois to fill that Texas A&M spot. The game is in Jacksonville, played at the Jaguar Stadium. Shad Khan owns the Jaguars. Shad Khan's an Illinois alum. It made a ton of sense for Illinois to be that replacement. Brett Bielema was pushing for it. But however the decision was made, the Gator Bowl goes to Rutgers. So now Rutgers is playing a ranked Wake Forest team and will get beat by 50 instead of Illinois getting beat by 50. So silver lining there. Did you want to see a bowl game from Illinois in that fashion?
No, not really. I mean, I would have watched. I think that they really wanted it more for the extra practices than anything, just to get extra reps, have an extra game. Sure. I mean, I see why Bielema would want it. As a fan, I mean, sure, I guess it's one extra game to watch. But no, I don't think that's really, I don't care enough about the bowl games in general. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching some of them. And I get that there's still a big thing in the landscape of college football and college sports and sports in general. I'm kind of past it. I don't think that we need to be handing out extra games for every team that wins 6 games in their season. I don't know. I want to see an actual playoff. I'm over it. So to answer your question, yes, I would have watched it. Would have been cool to see it, but no, I don't think we need to just be handing out extra games to people when they don't really deserve it, is my opinion.
Oregon playing Oklahoma in the Alamo Bowl, and Matt Prem, who looks like he works for 24/7 covering Oregon, says that he was watching Oregon's practice, and you're talking about having too many bowls and stuff. This is that's what reminded me. He said the Ducks are without 30 scholarship players due to injuries, opt-outs, and transfers. So it's not even COVID related. They just might not have enough players to play a game because of other stuff, because of opt-outs and transfers and all that.
That's another problem with the bowl season, in my opinion. It's not just the COVID thing right now. I think the bowl thing is, I don't know if that's a conversation we really want to have right now, but I just have issues with it. In fact, I was the other day, I wasn't doing much of anything, and I was thinking about it, and I didn't even talk to you about this. I drew up what a 2014 playoff would look like.
FCS style?
FCS style. I put that together just to see, just to visualize it. I don't think that's happening ever. I think we'll be lucky if we get to 12 teams. But I just think it makes more sense. I'm not a fan anymore of the bowl thing. Yes, it's cool that teams get an extra game, whatever. They get money off of it, sponsors, everything else. Everybody's happy, but I don't think it does much. I would rather see an actual playoff with teams competing for an actual championship as opposed to a 4-team invitational and then 30, 40 teams getting paired up into some random bowl with some random sponsor in some warm city just to make a few extra bucks. I'm over it. Maybe that's the 2021 in me talking, but I'm over it. Give me a 2014 playoff.
The bowl games this year definitely have not been anything to write home about so far. The good ones are coming starting like Wednesday or Thursday or when the good ones start, but they've been playing bowls for 2 weeks and no one cares. Although I did see that the Mizzou Army bowl game had more viewers than the game that Steph Curry broke the 3-point record. So people are still watching these bowl games.
Yeah, people do watch, and I'm not going to, that's why it's never going to go away.
Right.
I mean, people are obviously going to watch these things because it's the holidays and that's what they do. They sit around when they're not working and they watch college football.
Yeah.
That's not changing. That's why this stuff will never happen. But personally, I'm over it.
Yep.
That's just me though.
It would have been good to see Illinois in a bowl game, to be able to put another one on the bowl game banner there in the south end zone at Memorial Stadium. But like Brett Bielema said, and he said it before the end of the season, he basically said that he wants to go to a bowl game just so he can get those 10, 15 extra practices for next year because they're going to need them. But neither here nor there. The Gator Bowl took Rutgers. There was an opening just yesterday at the Sun Bowl in El Paso when someone pulled out at El Paso. Why can't I think of it? Miami Hurricanes had to pull out of their bowl game against Washington State. And the Sun Bowl has said they're still looking for a replacement, but it doesn't seem like the Illinois will be the replacement for that. They would have rather, I guess, gone to the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville than the Sun Bowl in El Paso because everyone was all for that. But
I think there was just another one too.
Just now?
Portnoy tweeted it because it's the Barstool Bowl.
Arizona Bowl.
Boise State's out of the Arizona Bowl.
Yep. I was going to get to that
because
talking about
COVID.
the other ones. Yep. There was known positives in the Boise State program, but they weren't sure if they thought they might have enough to still go. Boise State has pulled out of the Arizona Bowl due to too many players contracting COVID. We are actively looking for a replacement. The talk was that now Central Michigan and Washington State are just going to play in the Sun Bowl, which would defunct the Barstool Arizona Bowl. Portnoy is suggesting against that. He suggests that, he suggests that Washington State come to Arizona instead of Central Michigan go to El Paso. That makes 5 now. So I got them written down here. The Hawaii Bowl was canceled like 10 hours before the game. Memphis and Hawaii.
That sucked, but also like I could think of worse places to get stuck without a football game to play.
Memphis flew all the way to Hawaii,
then
they didn't have to play a game, and they got a free week in Hawaii. Yeah,
not like they flew to Buffalo.
The Fenway Bowl canceled. Virginia had COVID, so SMU and Virginia was canceled. Then the Military Bowl between East Carolina and Boston College had to cancel that one. So now the Sun Bowl, Miami had to cancel, and now the Arizona Bowl, Boise State had to cancel. So that's 5 now that have been canceled. But still, they've played like 10. So there are still games. There was one just this morning. I think Western Michigan blew the doors off of Nevada, I believe, in the one in Detroit. I forgot which one it is. Motor City, maybe.
Quick Lane.
Yeah, Quick Lane Bowl.
So
that's where we're at now. Could definitely be more. Let's hope there isn't, but there could definitely be even more canceling, as we are both scrolling through Twitter as we're recording right now to see if we come up on anything. We did pick 2 bowl games last week. Logan went 2-0. I went 1-1. San Diego State beat UTSA by 14, and UCF beat Florida by 12, 29-17. Logan got both of those right. I had UTSA over San Diego State. So we do have a big slate that we're going to pick, because there are, like I said, the better bowl games are starting tomorrow. So we'll just roll through these. I don't think it's any bigger than any we picked during the season, but there are going to be a lot. Tomorrow night, the 28th, San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl. Really, the only reason we're picking all these is because I want to just read the crazy names of the bowls, because they're wild. This one is in San Diego at Petco Park, at a baseball stadium. UCLA versus number 18, NC State. 8-4 versus 9-3. 8:00 on Fox tomorrow night.
I have heard absolutely nothing but great things about Petco Park.
Yep.
It is high on my list of ballparks to visit. That has nothing to do with the football game other than the fact that that's the venue that it's being played at. I'm going with NC State. They have been a surprising team in a very weak conference.
Yeah.
UCLA, yes, they've had a couple impressive wins, and they would be, more of a home team in this situation. I will take NC State.
I'm going to take NC State as well. I know I need to catch you. You're 8 games up on me now, but I'm going to take NC State. Their starting quarterback, I think his name's Devin Leary. His younger brother is Donovan Leary, who signed with Illinois. So
I didn't even realize that. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. Never put that together.
Yep. Give me the Wolfpack in this one. Also,
go Pack, go.
Also the 28th tomorrow night, Guaranteed Rate Bowl in Phoenix at Chase Field, another baseball stadium. 6-6 West Virginia and 8-4 Gophers of Minnesota. This one's late, 10:15 on ESPN.
West Virginia. West Virginia.
Okay.
I don't really have a reason. I know Minnesota has been up and down all season long. But there's just something about it. I'm just feeling West Virginia.
Country Roads.
Take me home.
That's I love that song so much. I'm going to go with Minnesota. Give me the Big Ten.
Almost heaven.
They were my sleeper to win the Big Ten West. I'm going to stick with them here to win tomorrow night. I'm going to try and pull up these. Okay, Minnesota's a 5-point favorite. NC State's a 2-point favorite. Then we move to, what would it be? Wednesday, the 29th, the New Era Pinstripe Bowl in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium, another baseball stadium. 6-6 Maryland versus 6-6 Virginia Tech. Big Ten or ACC?
Eeks. See, remember what I said earlier about these bowl games?
Yeah.
This is why. Who
Yep.
cares? Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? Maryland.
Okay.
Because why not?
Virginia Tech, because why not? I just
Yeah.
don't think Maryland's that good.
They're
But
not.
Virginia Tech probably isn't either. So the Cheez-It Bowl, this one might be a good one. Iowa State was preseason, I think they were top 10 at one point, maybe top 5 at one point this year.
Top 10, I think. Yeah.
Top 10. So the Cheez-It Bowl is number 19 Clemson, 9-3. This bowl is in Orlando against Iowa State, 7-5, 545 on ESPN. Dabo or Matt Campbell?
Does the winning coach in this one get Cheez-Its dumped on them?
I
instead of
believe
Gatorade?
so. I believe so.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Talk about a dream.
Iowa State. I'm gonna take Iowa State.
Oh, okay. I'm taking Clemson.
Clemson. Yeah, they finished fairly strong in a pretty weak conference.
They did.
Iowa State was not as good in a better conference. I'll take Iowa State. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Clemson. I think they
Okay.
figured some stuff out. Also that night, the 29th, the Valero Alamo Bowl. We talked about it a little bit. This one in San Antonio. Number 14, Oregon, 10-3 versus number 16, Oklahoma, 10-2, 9:15 on ESPN. 30 players for Oregon unavailable as of now. Who you got?
These are a pair of teams that would have made my hypothetical 2014 playoff.
Yeah.
For what it's worth. I'd rather watch that than this. Oklahoma. Oregon has, again, some impressive wins on their resume, but they looked awful their last 2 games against Utah.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma was very close to potentially getting, well, they weren't probably going to get into the playoff, but Oklahoma. I'll stop rambling.
Two programs with new head coaches. So current
Yes.
interim coaches right now.
Correct.
New ones coming in next year. You went with Oklahoma.
If we were in a 2014 playoff, then we wouldn't have interim coaches. Just gonna say it right now.
You are correct. You went Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boomer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go there as well for the same reasons. Oregon just hasn't. They didn't end the year well at all. We were talking about the Cheez-It Bowl with the winning coach getting Cheez-Its dumped on their head. How about the Duke's Mayo Bowl? On the 30th.
You mean the Duke's Mayo Who Cares Bowl?
On the 30th. North Carolina versus South Carolina, both 6-6.
South Carolina.
Okay, I'll take North Carolina and we can
Go
move
Hawks.
on. Also that day, the 30th, Trans Perfect Music City Bowl in Nashville. This is a bowl that I would like to go to just because it's in Nashville. So if Illinois is ever in this bowl, I'm probably going to go out of my way to go to it because I love Nashville, Tennessee. Even better because Tennessee's playing in it. Tennessee 7-5 versus Purdue 8-4, 3:00 ESPN on the 30th.
Oiler up. I'm taking Purdue.
Really?
Purdue.
Okay.
Purdue has been fun.
Yeah.
They have been just the giant slayers all season long.
Yeah.
It didn't amount to them, getting anywhere with it, but Purdue.
8-4 is a good year. 8-4 is a great
Absolutely.
year. A lot of talk in Louisville of trying to pry Brom and get him to come back to Louisville.
I'm sure.
Don't know that it's ever going to happen though. I'm going to take Tennessee. I think they can just put up too many points, and I don't know that Purdue's going to stop them. So I'm going to take Tennessee.
I'm just going to ask this question. Is Louisville that much of a better job than Purdue?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm from the outside looking in, but he went to high school here.
Is it a better job than Purdue? I get obviously that part of it, but just in terms of hierarchy and, the world of coaching, is it a better job in general?
I would lean towards yes. I would lean towards it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I would lean towards it being a little bit of a better job. I don't think I think Louisville has the potential to be consistent top 25 team. I just don't think you have that potential at Purdue. But I don't know. That I could be completely wrong. And then the nightcap on the 30th, the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl from none other than Las Vegas. Wisconsin 8-4, Arizona State 8-4, 10:30 on ESPN. Big Ten, Pac-12.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go there as well. I saw something just last week that Arizona State announced that Herm Edwards would be back next year. I'm like, there was rumors that he was going to get fired. Like, he's 8-4.
I forgot he was even there, if I'm being honest.
Logan is completely checked out of college football. He can't wait for this to be over. December 31st, the Tax Layer Gator Bowl. This is the one that Illinois almost played in. Jacksonville, Florida. Number 17, Wake Forest 10-3 versus Rutgers 5-7, 11 o'clock on ESPN.
Should I do it?
Yeah.
No. Wake Forest.
Yeah, Wake Forest.
No chance.
Yeah, Wake Forest is
No
probably going to
chance.
put up 55 in this game. All right, a couple more here before we get to the New Year's Six. The Outback Bowl on the 1st, Penn State 7-5 versus number 21 Arkansas 8-4. 7-5, a down year for Penn State.
Arkansas. Woo pig.
I'm going to take Penn State.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Penn State in this one. This is a noon game on ESPN2. They're a slight favorite. I don't know. Arkansas, they were also a top 10 team and just faded hard, although they're still ranked. The Verbo Citrus Bowl, also January 1st in Orlando. Number 15, Iowa versus number 22, Kentucky. 10-3 versus 9-3. This is a 1 o'clock kick on ABC.
Iowa.
Same.
Iowa.
I can't pick Kentucky in anything.
No. Is that because of where you live? It's just not, you're just not allowed to anymore.
Oh, there's a ton of Kentucky fans here. It's literally split.
Louisville
surprisingly is split like 50-50. I see just as much, if not more, UK stuff than I do Louisville stuff.
Okay.
Which is
good to know.
Kind of a surprise. All right. Getting into the New Year's Six bowls. December 30th in Atlanta, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Number 12, Pittsburgh. Number 10, Michigan State. 11-2 versus 10-2. Night game, 7 o'clock, ESPN.
Are either of the exciting players playing in this game?
Kenny Pickett is not. Kenneth Walker is not.
Then why should I care, Craig? Why should I care?
This
is my problem. This is my problem. Stupid. Michigan State. Go Sparty.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm leaning too. Because I think the loss of Walker is more easily replaced than the loss of Pickett. I don't even know who Pitt's backup quarterback is. So I will also go with Sparty, Michigan State, to win the Peach Bowl. All right, then the three huge ones on the first. The Rose Bowl game presented by Capital One Venture X in Pasadena, California. Number 11, Utah. Number 6, Ohio State. A couple of red and black and gray and white schools. 5 o'clock, ESPN.
Poor Utah. Yeah, I mean, Ohio State. I can't not pick Ohio State. Utah's looked good against Oregon and the last couple times they played, and Oregon beat Ohio State. So by that theory, you should pick Utah, but I don't see that happening. I think this is Ohio State by 2 touchdowns.
Yep, I agree. Ohio State, the line is 6.5, but I'm with you. I think it's going to be more than that. I'll take the Buckeyes. How many Rose Bowls do you think Ohio State has won? Just ballpark. I didn't look it up. It just popped in my head.
8.
8? Oh, I was going to go double digits.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Do you want me to look it up?
You don't have to. We can look it up after the show. Unless the viewers really want it. The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl in Glendale, Oklahoma State, 11-2 versus Logan Lee's South Bend native, number 5, Notre Dame, 11-1. 1 o'clock on ESPN.
The Notre Dame faithful they're excited. They're excited about playing in the Fiesta Bowl.
Are you being sarcastic?
Sort of. I'm going to take Notre Dame. I think they are excited to play for what's his name, and things are just Notre Dame. I think this will be Notre Dame.
I'm going to take Oklahoma State only because I need to catch you.
Good.
Only because I need to catch you. Oklahoma State's look good. I can see it happening. I think it's going to be a great game. It's weird to me that this is an afternoon game, though, right? Because it would be 11
It's
o'clock.
at like noon.
It's
like a 1 o'clock or...
It's 1 o'clock Eastern, so it would be 11 in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. That's very weird to me.
Yep.
The nightcap on the New Year's, the first day of 2022, the All-State Sugar Bowl, New Orleans, Louisiana, number 7 Baylor versus number 8 Ole Miss. This one, I like this one. 11-2 Baylor versus 10-2 Ole Miss. 8:45 on ESPN. Chip and Joe.
No, I think I got to go with the lane train. I hate picking against. You want to catch me, don't you? And I'm sure you were going to pick Ole Miss. If I don't do this, then yeah, Baylor. We'll go Baylor. We'll go Baylor. Chip and Joe.
I coaxed him into it.
We'll make it. We'll add some drama to the picks. We'll add some drama. I'll go with Baylor.
Your mic just changed. I didn't hear that.
Is this better?
Yeah. All right.
Chuck.
I am going Ole Miss. Lane train on this one. He signed his extension there, and I am stunned. I am stunned that he's staying at Ole Miss. But that's neither here nor there. All right, now moving.
Where is he going to go? USC?
A bigger SEC school. I'm surprised he didn't go to Miami, Florida, or LSU. I'm pretty surprised at that.
Yeah, that's fair.
The college football playoffs. The big ones. This is what Logan wants. The playoffs. College football playoff at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Dallas, Texas. Number 4 Cincinnati, undefeated, 13-0 against number 1 Alabama, 12-1. This is the first one, 3:30 on ESPN. These are on the 31st. These are December 31st. You doing it?
I have an 8-game lead on you.
Yes.
I'm not really worried about my lead.
Do you want to redo that last pick?
No.
Okay.
I want to pick Cincinnati. I'm going to do it.
Good. I like it.
I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. But I would love to see it happen. I don't even care if they get blown out by Georgia or Michigan in the championship game. I would just really love to see them beat Alabama.
Yeah.
Do I think they can? Yes. Do I think they will? No. But I'm going to take them anyway. I'll take Cincinnati.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I would love to see them win the whole damn thing.
Absolutely.
I think they're a great football team. I think they can beat anyone except for Alabama and Georgia.
What's the spread on this?
And Michigan. 13.5.
Yikes. Yeah. I don't think they will. But
I think the only 3 teams in college football that they cannot beat are the 3 that are in the playoff with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to take Alabama to get to the championship. In the other one, college football semifinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl, Miami Gardens, Florida, number 3 Georgia versus number 2 Michigan. Both are 12-1. It's the 7:30 game on ESPN. Big Ten or SEC? All SEC championship.
Well, I picked Cincinnati, so
that's right.
It wouldn't be
You're
that
right.
in terms of my pick. I'm going to go no SEC championship and take Michigan.
Okay.
There you go. Just to let you take Georgia and get your lead cut into the lead and then eventually beat me. So I'm going to take Michigan.
I was going to pick Michigan.
Oh,
and
darn.
I'm sticking by it. I think Michigan does it. I think Georgia's defense balled out for most of the season, but I don't think the competition was super tough some of the time. So I think Michigan's found something this year, and I think they get to the championship. So for the playoff national championship in Indianapolis, Logan has Cincinnati and Michigan. I have Alabama and Michigan. Who are you going with?
We don't need to pick this yet.
We don't? When's
No,
the game?
this will be.
Oh,
Will it be Monday?
we can pick that next week.
Oh wait, but when is it? Is it Monday though?
The 10th.
Oh yeah, we got time.
We can pick that next week. I had my dates
we'll
all
pick
wrong.
that next week.
We'll pick that next week. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our picks for this week. I think there's probably about 15 of them.
That sounds right.
15 or 16.
Great content.
Yeah, we're gonna redo this for next year. Logan's already kind of suggested how we should do it, and I somewhat agree with him. So we'll figure it out. But thanks for putting up with that all year and letting us kind of say what we think. Logan's obviously more knowledgeable in this sport than I am. So
yes, we will go with that.
picked more games correctly.
Yes, I did.
Than I. All right. College sports out of the way. Anything professionally that you want to touch on?
Well, did you watch much Christmas Day NBA basketball?
No,
me either.
No.
Did you watch much NFL Christmas?
I watched
day after Christmas NFL?
Yes, I watched almost every NFL game.
At this point, what's your Super Bowl pick?
Probably I want to pick the Packers, but probably Packers and I think I'm going to stick with our preseason pick, Packers and Chiefs.
That's fair.
I think the NFC is I think the NFC is way better this year. Packers, Bucks, Cowboys, Rams, Cardinals all already have 10 or 11 wins. The Colts are playing really well in the AFC. Bills, Patriots. Yeah, AFC is tougher to pick in my eyes. I could see the Rams. going to the Super Bowl. I like the way the Cowboys played last night, but I don't trust them in the playoffs, so I'm not going to pick them. So,
just curious. I like the Rams. I think
I like the Rams
have
too.
Something cooking. Not that I think I would go against what I picked in the preseason, because even though they've stumbled a bit, I think the Chiefs are more than capable of winning the AFC. But I like the Rams. I like the Rams, and the Patriots have been, not that the Rams have surprised me, the Patriots have surprised me. That's for sure.
Yeah. In 2 years, I like the Bengals. I love the Bengals roster. They need a couple more pieces, but Joe Burrow, 525 yards yesterday, 4 touchdowns.
He was on my bench, but I was never going to start him over Patrick Mahomes. So
no.
I mean, I wish I would have had those points, but that just wasn't happening. So I need 16 points. 16 points from Alvin Kamara tonight would put me in the championship game. So
doable, very doable.
It's very doable.
How many leagues are you in?
2.
Okay.
One of them I'm out.
Okay. Did you make the
other
playoffs?
one? No.
Okay.
Nope. I made the playoffs in one of the 2 this year. So.
Okay.
Yep, I'm almost there. I need 16 points. So.
Yeah. I'm in 4. One of them is a family league that's very chill, laid back. This is just the first year that my cousin thought to do it. The other 3 are keeper serious leagues. One of them, it's the first year. It was an auction draft. So the keeper, you pay an extra $1 than what you drafted him for this year. It's very much in the we're exploring a lot of things still with this league. It's not set in stone. That one I snuck in. I was the 6th seed, went 7-7. My one with both of the other ones with my friends. One of them, I was the number 1 seed all year. I was 9-3. Had the number 1. I was number 1 in the league. Lost the last 2 weeks of the regular season. So that caused me to drop to the 3rd spot, which I missed out on the first round bye on the playoffs. And I lost in the first round. The other one, I was 2-7. No, I was I was 2-5. The other one I was 2-5. Won 7 in a row to get the 3 seed. Just missed out on the first round bye, and I lost. 3 playoff appearances, lost in the first round of every single one.
That's tough.
Tough year.
Tough year, but at least you made it.
Tough year.
Could have finished 9th like I usually do.
I'd rather finish 9th than get 5th. Get a better draft pick next year.
That's true. That's one way to look at it. Absolutely.
Do you still have your whole NBA team on COVID list?
Yeah, I lost 8-0 this past week. Most of my team's on COVID. I mean, guys are slowly starting to come back, but it's not been a good couple weeks. I like my team. But COVID has depleted that fantasy basketball team right now. So it was not a good week. Not a good week. Yeah. I have been now beaten twice in a row by members of the Fletcher family. So that just did not end well for me. So.
Io is back with the Bulls. He came out of his protocol earlier this week. I think last I checked, he had 6 points last night in their game against the Pacers. I don't think there's anything else NBA related. I haven't been paying too much attention. Talked a little NFL. MLB's still in the lockout, so no news there. So, all right. Anything else sports related?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Any movies or TV this week? Anything going on?
I did watch Nightmare Alley shortly after we recorded last week's episode.
Yep.
I was kind of underwhelmed by it. At one point, I thought that was Best Picture quality, or at least nomination quality. It really wasn't. It'll get some noms from Bradley Cooper and maybe some of that type of stuff. But that's about it I've seen this week. I got a lot that came out this week around Christmas that I haven't got to yet that I plan to get to this week. So hopefully have some more updates next week about some of that stuff. But Hawkeye. You probably haven't watched it.
No,
it was good. I enjoyed it. It was just kind of a fun 6-episode show. Other than that, no. This past week has been a lot of Christmas movies, and I started to watch 8-Bit Christmas, which was a HBO Max original movie. Neil Patrick Harris is kind of like the narrator type thing. It's about video games in the 80s.
Yeah.
I didn't get very far into it yet. I need to finish it. It was good though. I enjoyed it. But yeah, how about you? Anything?
I want to ask you about a movie.
Okay.
What do you think of American Underdog?
It looks awful.
Have you looked at the reviews though?
No, I haven't.
Surprisingly pretty good.
Really? I figured at some point I would watch it.
Did you not want to know that so you can go in blind?
No,
did I ruin that for you?
No. You didn't ruin anything. I do typically like to go in blind, but no, that doesn't bother me. I knew I would see it at some point, but I didn't really have super high hopes for it. It just doesn't look great. But I like Zach Levi. He seems to play Kurt Warner well from what I've seen in trailers. I've watched a lot of the stuff from their media circuit. Some of the interviews and stuff they've done on different shows and things. I will see it at some point. I think it's funny that that's coming out at the exact same time as another football movie. I think it's called National Champions.
I saw it had the 4th worst week ever. No, I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, the other one has been promoted a lot more than that one. I'll get to him at some point. But just from based on what I'd seen, I didn't think it looked very good, but I could be wrong. I would love to be surprised on that.
I thought the same thing. I saw the first trailer and it looked like I watched it and I was like, that looks like the worst football movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then another trailer came out and they improved some things. It looked more like real football. The first one looked like the jerseys were like t-shirts and they were very baggy. And you could tell that they had to fake a ton of the football stuff. But the second trailer looked okay. So I was like, oh, okay, it's getting better, but it still looked very Hallmarky.
Yeah.
And we talked about it when we went to the Illinois-Arizona game because all of those guys I went to that game with were Rams fans at that time, huge Kurt Warner fans. And one of them made the point, and I asked him, I was like, "Are you going to go see it?" He's like, "I have good memories of that Rams team and Kurt Warner, and I don't want to go to this movie and it ruined the only good Rams memory I have."
Yeah.
And then I started reading some stuff, and I looked it up. Is there a threshold on Rotten Tomatoes for you that you're like, okay, that's a good score for it, that makes you be like, oh, that must be a pretty good movie? Like if you see a number, you're like, okay, that's respectable.
I mean, if it's a movie that I'm expecting to be good, if it doesn't score on Rotten Tomatoes, like at least like an 80, I would question it. For movies like that I'm not expecting much out of, I would probably say if it was like a 65 or something, I would be a little surprised. And
it's a 75 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That is interesting. It makes me at least a little more intrigued by it now.
What do you put into the audience score? How much stock do you put into the audience score?
I sometimes value that a little more.
Take a guess at what the audience score on this is.
See, sometimes those can be really divisive. And I don't know what that type of movie, if the critics would like it more than the audience. But you said the critics is a 76?
Critics is a 75 on 48 reviews. The audience score has 500 plus verified ratings. I don't know what that means.
80?
98.
Yikes. Wow. Okay. I will give it a watch. It will.
I had the same reaction as you.
It has been very low on my list. It was one of those that if I didn't get to it by the time that I do my end of the year thing, then I wasn't going to worry about it. But maybe I will have to include it in my must watch list.
Same.
So, okay. Interesting. I had not seen that.
Me and Christy just talked about that last night while we were eating dinner. Because she might take a trip with her family this weekend, which I would be here with the dogs. And I asked her if she wanted to see it, because if she didn't, that's something I could do, in the middle of like go get a matinee or something. And so we started looking up the reviews. She hadn't heard of it. I don't think she even knew who Kurt Warner was, honestly. So I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes and I saw the scores and I was like, whoa, it's actually getting good scores. So
yeah, that surprises me.
I think it's on our list as well.
Interesting. So. That might have changed my whole perspective on that movie.
I know, right? So now you're going to go into it and it's going to be what you thought it was. And you're going to be like,
now you've probably ruined it for me, actually. But no, that's good.
I know we're just BSing here and going way too long. But do you remember a couple of years ago when I told you I was going to do something new with movies? And the movies that I wanted to see, I wasn't going to watch a trailer so I could go in completely blind. Yeah, that hasn't worked out whatsoever, because I watch trailers for like every movie, but I rarely go to the movies.
I watch trailers for everything. Yeah.
All right. The recording says almost an hour and a half, but I know we haven't been going because we had our little pre-show meeting. But you got anything else?
No. I'm happy. Happy we're here. Happy to do this. We are closing in on a full year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think the end of February.
Yeah, it's nuts. No, just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your family, and all the listeners out there. Hope everybody had a good, safe holiday and have a safe New Year coming up. You have any big New Year's plans, Craig?
No. Me and Christy hadn't planned anything, and like I said, she might be going with her family down to Atlanta, which would go through Saturday, so she would be down there with them. So no, I have no New Year's plans. The last 3 years,
maybe we'll do maybe. Go ahead.
The last 3 years, I think I fell asleep before midnight. So
yes,
New Year's has kind of lost its luster to me.
We'll do a New Year's live stream.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. Nope. I'm good. I got nothing else.
That is something for those of you that are still hanging on here, listening to us. That is something that me and Logan have talked about doing Illinois game watch parties, live stream watch parties. We haven't got it logistically figured out yet, but if that's something that you would like to see and you might watch along with us, hit us up on our socials to kind of gauge some interest. See if you would watch along or interact with us if we did that during the Big Ten season, and we might figure out a way to get that done. So, but like Logan said, happy holidays, happy new year to all of you. Thank you for listening to us for 10 months now. I think our year anniversary is the end of February. So thanks for putting up with us. Be safe out there. Hopefully we can get Illinois basketball back and all these other programs back. If the vaccine is something that you believe in, go get that booster. Keep us all safe. But just know that it is your choice. Yeah. So let's have a safe new year. Have a safe and happy new year. Let's hope 2022 we start to rebound and get back to normal. So, Logan, anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Thanks for listening. That's episode 47. We'll be back next week. Logan might be back in his permanent location and not in his brother's spare bedroom. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
362 days till Christmas.
Bye.